Here is a question from NET JRF 2018 from Quantum Mechanics, and in this question it is given that the ground state energy of an anisotropic harmonic oscillator described by the potential V of x, y, z equal to half m omega square x square plus 2 m omega square y square plus 8 m omega square z square in unit of h cut omega is a 5 by 2, b 7 divided by 2, c 3 divided by 2, and d equal to half. So let's solve this question. For solving this question, as we know, the potential in one-dimensional system, that is V of x, potential in x direction is given as V of x will be equal to half m omega x square x square. Similarly, the potential in y coordinate is given as V of y equal to half m omega y square, and thirdly, the potential in z coordinate is given as V of z is equal to half m omega y square. So if we combine these three, that means potential in three-dimensional coordinate system will be V of x, y, z will be equal to half m omega x square plus half m omega y square plus half m omega z square. But in our given question, it is given that V of x, y, z equal to half m omega square x square plus half m omega square plus 2 m omega square y square plus 8 m omega square z square. So, but in our given question, it is given that given V of x, y, z will be equal to half m omega square x square plus half m plus 2 m omega square y square plus 8 m omega square z square. Let this is our equation number 1 and this is our equation number 2. Now if we compare our equation number 1 and 2, then we'll get V of, then we'll get half m omega x square equal to half m omega square x square. Similarly, half m omega y square equal to 2 m omega y square y square, and thirdly half m omega z square equal to 8 m omega square z square. If we compare this equation, then we'll get this half and half will cancel, m and m will cancel, x square will cancel, therefore we'll get omega x square equal to omega square, or we can write omega x equal to omega. Similarly, this half, this m will get cancelled, this y square get cancelled. If we cancel this 2, then we'll get omega y square equal to 4 omega square. Therefore you can write omega y equal to 2 omega. And thirdly, from this equation m and m will get cancelled, z square will cancel. If we cancel this 2, then our equation omega z square will be equal to 16 omega square. Therefore we can write omega z equal to 4 omega. Now, as you know, the energy in x coordinate will be equal to Ex, and which is equal to half energy in x coordinate, means E nx will be equal to nx plus half into h cut omega x, and energy in y component E ny will be equal to ny plus half into h cut omega, and again E nz will be equal to nz plus half into h cut omega. So if we combine these three, then we'll get E of, means energy at three-dimensional space will be E nx comma ny comma nz will be equal to nx plus half into h cut omega x plus ny plus half into h cut omega y plus nz plus half into h cut omega z. Now for ground state, now the condition for ground state is, for ground state we can write nx is equal to 0, ny will be equal to 0, and again nz will be equal to 0. So if you put these three, nx equal to 0, ny equal to 0, and nz will equal to 0, then we can write E at ground state, means E 0, 0, 0 will be equal to half h cut omega x plus half h cut omega y plus half h cut omega z. From this equation, if we put the values of omega x, omega y, and omega z, then we'll get this value will be equal to half h cut into value of omega x equal to omega plus half h cut value of omega y is equal to 2 omega plus half h cut into value of omega z is equal to 4 omega. Now if we add all these three components, then we'll get the value of our energy at ground state, means E 0, 0, 0 will be equal to half h cut omega into 1 plus 2 plus 4, and this value will be ultimately equal to 7 divided by 2 h cut omega. Now as we are seeing here, there are three options are given here. First option is A equal to 5 divided by 2, option B is 7 divided by 2, option C is 3 divided by 2, and option D is half. Therefore we can write our option B is correct, and in our option B it is given that the option is 7 divided by 2. Hence we can write option Option B is correct.